DR Congo used Juju against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. That is what Eric Chelle thinks. In 2025, a coach is coming out to say a team used Juju, used voodoo against his own side in a football match. See, out of all the excuses, out of all 1 million excuses you could bring up in front of the media, you're coming on with Juju. Like, for God's sake, who does that? Juju. See, if Juju actually works in football, then an African nation should have won the World Cup by now. Yes, Nigeria should have won the World Cup. Ghana should have won the World Cup. Ivory Coast should have won the World Cup. Cameroon should have won the World Cup multiple times. Yes, you're coming out to give us such a ridiculous excuse. Terrible to see. I was so disgusted watching the video of him saying that nonsense in front of the camera. What bullshit. See, you had this game in your hands. You couldn't. Of course, every single person from the players to the coach has to be blamed for that loss against DR Congo. Yes, but most of the blame goes to the coach. When the game was going towards penalties, you had your penalty taker on your bench, your penalty taker on the bench, and you refused to bring him in. And I don't know who made that Thomas penalty selection. Calvin Bassey had never played a penalty ever in his entire career, and he stepped up to take the first penalty. I don't just get it. Everything was all wrong. And you're saying when the Super Eagles players were about to take the penalty, one of the backroom staff of the DR Congo was splashing something, and you think that actually was the reason why we lost against DR Congo? That is bullshit. For all the DR Congo fans out there, and all the people of DR Congo laughing at us, saying all Nigerians are all saying we lost because of Juju, we are not saying that. No one in Nigeria is saying that. Check around, no one is saying that except this man, Eric Chelle. Except Eric Chelle, he's the only one saying that. Can't leave us out of it, out of his nonsense. He failed to qualify us for the World Cup, and out of all the excuses, this was the best thing he could bring up. He failed to own up to his responsibility. It's all on him as a head coach, and he failed to own up to his responsibility, bringing up bullshit that we failed to win because DR Congo used Juju. Man, if DR Congo used Juju, then they should have been qualified for the World Cup. They should have won the last AFCON. And this AFCON, that means they're going to win the next AFCON, right? Because they're qualified. They're going to win it, right? Because they're totally sure they're good in Juju, right? Eric Chelle, answer. They've shown that they're good at Juju and they've done well. So they should be able to win AFCON, and they should be able to win their final intercontinental playoffs and go on to the World Cup and win it. Eric Chelle, we need to move on from these dumb excuses. Move on. Own it. You lost because DR Congo played better. The better team won on the night. They were clearly better. On paper, were better than DR Congo. With the players we've got, 2 African best players, previous best players in the team, talented players from the midfield and to the attack. But your selection, you got it all wrong. Semi Ajayi had no business in this game. You could have taken the risk of playing Onyedika, but no, you featured Onyeka instead. He scored the goal. A fucking deflection, but he was terrible. He will be terrible also. And up front, you could have partnered Osimhen and Akko Adams, but no, you failed there also. Akko Adams' partnership with Osimhen for the past 2 to 3 games has been beautiful to watch, and he takes some of the responsibility of tracking the ball. He does well with his presses, but you decided not to field him in the game. Osimhen had a lot to do in the pressing. Unfortunately, he picked up an injury, and in the second half, you still couldn't get this right down to the extra time and to the penalty selection. And now you're blaming voodoo, you're blaming Juju. How does that even make sense to you? Anyways, moving away from the Juju and all that bullshit talk from Eric Chelle. Time to move on. Time to move on. Congratulations, DR Congo. You've done well. You had a brilliant game against the Super Eagles. You outplayed us 120 minutes. You won the penalty shootout. Your penalty takers did a great job. Scored, and your keeper also did well by saving a couple of penalties. Apart from the Calvin Bassey shot that was ballooned up outside the pitch, you guys did well. For the Super Eagles, we have a chance to correct our mistakes and end the year or start the new year on a high, on a good note. Eric Chelle, even though you were terrible in the final game of the playoff, I still believe you shouldn't be let go yet. You shouldn't be let go yet. I feel we should give you a last run, one more run in this AFCON. I think it wouldn't look good going to this AFCON with a totally new coach. It will mess up the team. I think we've started to have some stability, started to know players we can trust on. First 11, knowing our first 11 players we can bank on for first 11 players that have consistently made this call-up list. And I think Eric Chelle has also, the three coaches we had all through these playoffs, he has been the best. He has been the best out of the three. His win, draw and loss ratio has been up there. He has had a very good run. Apart from losing the final playoff game, I think he deserves one more shot. He shouldn't be sacked yet. After AFCON, if he fails to deliver AFCON, then he can be let go. So for me, he should remain the Super Eagles coach. But I don't want to hear him bring any nonsense excuses in future. Let's give him one more chance. This AFCON is just a couple 30 days. There's something days to go, and I think we should let him lead the Super Eagles to Morocco for the AFCON, and hopefully we might just win it. So DR Congo people, all the people of DR Congo, let this go. You guys, I don't think you guys use Juju. Eric Chelle is the only one saying that. We Nigerians aren't saying that. So time to move on. Time for you also to focus on the World Cup playoffs. Of course, you've got a couple of players and who are looking to rep Congo, players like Mav Didi, and we've got this youngster from Manchester United. So guys, focus on your AFCON and focus on the playoffs. So guys, I remain Yebze. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and smash the subscribe button. Help us reach 20,000 subscribers. See you in the next one. Cheers.